In Israel, longtime Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is battling for political survival. General election results have been trickling in over the last few hours. With more than 90% of the vote counted, Mr. Netanyahu trailing behind his main challenger, ex-military officer Benny Gantz. Results show Mr. Gantz's blue and white party slightly ahead with 32 seats. Prime Minister's Likud has secured 31 seats. To win a majority in the election, a party needs 61 seats in the legislature. Hanging in the balance, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's political future. He has been in power for 4 terms, but now faces bribery and fraud allegations in 3 corruption cases. He called for yesterday's snap election after his failed to form a coalition, a government back in April. Now, for more on this, Raphael Geller joins us live from Tel Aviv. Raphael, could Mr. Netanyahu lose his decade-long grip on power? That would be a huge, or have huge implications for him personally as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We all know that Netanyahu was scheduled or was hoping to pass an immunity law if he was able to form a government of 61 plus members of parliament, and that does not look possible right now. So without having a government to form, he's not going to be able to pass an immunity law, which could mean a lot of problems in all of his corruption cases. Right now, it really looks like that we are going to be headed to a unity government, but it's still very unclear who will be the head of that unity government, and that's very alarming to Prime Minister Netanyahu.
All right, speaking of this unity government here, how will this play out?
Well, it's going to take weeks, not days, and it could take months. It could take a really long time. Benny Gantz, said that he would not sit in a government with Netanyahu, which makes things very complicated because for them to be a unity government, Benny Gantz is saying Netanyahu cannot be in it. So the Likud party might have to oust Netanyahu, and that would be a big deal. Right now, they're all saying that they won't do it. All the senior officials are saying we will never oust Netanyahu. But the reality is, in order for there to be a unity government, that looks like the most realistic thing to do.
Regardless of who wins, Raphael, is there any likely that there would be any change to Israel's policy towards the Palestinians?
Well, it's a great question. I think that also depends on Trump's peace plan, which was scheduled to come out immediately after the elections. But the problem is that no one knows really who is the leader right now. So even if the plan comes out, it's unclear. What we do know is that there haven't been peace talks with the Palestinians with Benjamin Netanyahu as leader for many years now. And the Palestinians are, waiting to see what happens. But I think that they'd be excited by the fact that maybe Benny Gantz could be the next leader and that he'd be open to holding direct talks with the Palestinians for the first time in many years.
All right, certainly a lot going on in Israel to keep an eye on. Thanks for that, Raphael Geller, speaking to us from Tel Aviv.